Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Patricia Dacre. Can't say my last name, Patricia Dacre with Dragonfly Lights. In case you're watching for the first time, I am a registered nurse and also a type 1 diabetic. And I coach people with diabetes to really help them get their arms around everything from not only the medical part that we all talk about, but there's a lot more to it. It's how to keep your head in the game day to day. So I'm going to share with you a story. I had the opportunity to speak with an older gentleman at a clinic where I do some volunteer work, and he just couldn't be bothered to check his blood sugar, and he just didn't see the value in it. And so I told him this story, and I think I'd like to share it with you today, and then I'm going to show you something else that's pretty impactful. I saw this about 25 years ago, and it had a huge impact on my life, and I actually recently purchased this item, and I'm going to show it with you today. So my story is about, imagine yourself coming home, right? So to your apartment, to your house, and you notice it looks like someone is in your home. And so what do, right? So maybe we call the police. I would probably get a little closer, wonder why the light's on, see what's going on with my house, right? It's my house, who's in there? And as you get a little closer, you peek in the window and you notice that they're eating your food and they're sitting in your chair, using your remote and watching your TV. Would you do something about it? Would you want to know? I think most of us would look in the window. We'd want to see what's going on because our home, our house, our possessions are some of the most prized things that we have. So the metaphor and the analogy is your home is your body, right? So our home has the things that are most near and dear to us. Your body is just as important, right? It's the only one we have. And so if there's something inside you that's, eating your food, sitting in your favorite chair and watching your TV, wouldn't you want to know about it? So the gentleman I told the story to, we made that analogy with checking your blood sugar, right? So when you check your blood sugar, all you're doing is looking inside at a sneak peek of what's actually going on. And there's no judgment about that. It just gives you information so you know what to do. So if somebody's in your house, do you call the police? Do you, charge in? You have a lot of options, but you had to know they were there first. So it's just as important with your diabetes to check your blood sugar. Type 1, type 2, doesn't really matter. When you have that information and you can check because you want to, you choose to, because you want to know what's going on inside your body, you're then informed and you can take a step to do the next action. So I hope that story brought a little clarity to why we check our blood sugar and why it's important to know what's going on. It just really resonates with me that your body and we take care of our house so well. We put security up, but we don't often do the same thing for ourselves. Okay, so I want to show you something that I got. I got these pretty recently, actually, and I've had them for a while. Let's get them in the right order here. So these are 3 little wands full of water and beads, right? And so you can see these little beads at the bottom. What I want to show you is the difference between normal blood sugar, a blood sugar of about 180, and a blood sugar of 300. So this was pretty impactful to me. So we're going to flip the normal one over and make sure you can see. So when we flip the normal one, watch how fast those little beads fall, right? That's your normal blood sugar. That's called viscosity, right? That's the thickness of your blood. That's what people without diabetes look like, and that's what it looks like when your blood sugar is in good control. So this one is right around 180. So we're going to look at that one. Notice how, actually, did I have these backwards? Got it backwards. That's the 300 one. That's the one that's super, super thick. See if you can see that. And then this one is 180. We'll put them side by side. So you can see the difference in viscosity, right? So that 180 one's almost fallen. The one that we started with first, that 300 blood sugar, those beads are still falling. So we can actually flip this guy one more time, right? So if we see what that's doing, that's a 180 blood sugar, this is 300. And those 300 beads are still falling. I'm gonna hold this up here for a little bit. When your blood sugar is 300, that's how thick it is, what's pulsing through your body, what your heart has to pump. That's the resistance your body has to overcome for fluids to fuse in and out of your cells, right? So there's a transfer process for nutrition to get inside your cells. When it's thick like this, it's more sticky. That's why we get blood clots. That's why we have peripheral vascular disease, which is your circulation in your feet and things like that. This is what a 300 blood sugar looks like. I'm going to show you what normal looks like again too. This changed my world. It rocked me, right? Just to look at what the difference is. That's what's going on inside your body. So I think that that's pretty amazing visual of what that actually looks like. And there's that normal one. There's normal. Right? Normal should be free flowing, no impedance, nothing's happening. That's what your body wants and needs. That's why it's important. So the importance is to know which one is happening inside of you so that you can make some changes and do what you'd like to, right? So there's no judgment how it got this way. It just happens, right? Sometimes our blood sugars, we don't know why they're off. They just do. But the important thing is once we know what condition we're in, we can do something about it, right? We can change our behavior. We can choose to eat something different. We can do some exercise. We can drink some water. We can take some insulin, whatever is appropriate for our therapy. But this is the battle that you're fighting against, and it's this thickness and viscosity in your blood, right, that can cause a lot of problems. It's the foundation. There are so many other things that go wrong. So I wanted to share that with you today. You know, now that you've seen it, I would appreciate if you know somebody who's struggling with their diabetes, not checking their blood sugar, really not paying attention, share this video with them. I'd love to get in touch because these are things that we can take care of. It's a lot about mindset change though. Willpower doesn't work. We try, we have good intentions, but we often fail. So there's some other strategies that we can employ to try to change things a bit so that what you want is something you can actually do. So thanks for watching today. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you're struggling and need some help. I'd be happy to help you, and like and share, and appreciate you coming on. And I will see you next week. Take care.